Well, hello, and a very, 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 very warm welcome back to Garden Club today in the third week in January. It's even more exciting than the first week in January when I got really excited about us sowing seeds for the new year, which is my favourite time, because this week, we're going to start sowing the seeds yourselves. I'm going to bring along to you, those of you who have things from me, I'm going to bring along to you the geranium seeds. They're the first of the slightly larger seeds that we're able to sow. So I thought we'd start with those. I'll give you a little warning when we come on to next week and the week after. We're going back to tiny seeds again, but you can sow those as well, because we'll be in the swing of it by then. So, I've got everything ready, I think. I'm going to bring it along for you. I'm going to show you in a moment what the kit looks like and what we've got. And I've got some exciting things. Well, first of all, I am 99% certain, because I had a little peek, that there is tremendously exciting news about the things that we sowed in the first week in January, because I think we've got signs of them germinating. So let's start by having a look at that and then move on to the kit and then see how we can get organised, because you know, I'm just like a child in a sweet shop. It is fabulous and I want to share this joy with you. Just a moment. Now, here are the lobelia that we sowed together on the video back a fortnight ago. So let's take the lid off and see what we can see. Here we go, like that. Now look, can you see? You can, can't you? You can see in there a lovely array of lobelia. Beautiful tiny little lobelia coming up there. That is a joyful thing. Here we are, 2 weeks in, and up they're coming. That is lovely. Now I'm going to put the lid back on again just for now, because they're still quite little, but that's really good. Now, begonias take a lot longer to come usually, but we're having a really good year, because I saw this just this morning, and this is really hard to see. Here's another one. They're very tiny. Here we are. Can you see? Oh, I'm not even sure you're going to be able to see. Yes, you can. Down here, look. Down here, a little tiny bit of green just beginning. Now these will stay really small for ever such a long time, but by the beginning of June we'll be able to plant them out, and they will probably be that very last thing from the summer that we take away. So we have excitement and joy going on there. The petunias haven't germinated yet. Hopefully we'll get a sign of those. But as well as all those things that we're growing together, you know, on the video, there's other things that we're growing as cut flowers. Now these have really come on, and I want to show you what this looks like when these are coming. These are helichrysums, straw flowers, and these are ready now. These are really shooting up. Look at that. Now, when your geraniums germinate, they will also be quite big like this. So it gives you a little idea of the joy we have to come with those. Now those we're taking the lid. We're leaving the lid off these now, because they're ready to have the lid taken off. The greenhouse is quite warm. The propagators themselves are at about 20 degrees. Well, one is at 80 and another one is at 20 degrees. The greenhouse itself is kept at about 13 degrees this time of year, so we're well and truly free of frost and everything. So the temperature in the little propagator that you're going to have in your lounges or wherever you have them, you know, you're living at about sort of 20 degrees, 22 degrees, something like that in the house, so they'll be perfect. Right, now let's get ourselves ready and actually sow some seeds. Let me show you the kit that we're going to use to sow the seeds. So now I'm going to bring along a propagator like this. here we are. This will go in somewhere in the house, and inside we have the usual little trays that we tend to sow our seeds in. Now, it's important. First thing to say is, every time I bring one of these trays along, there will be just the right amount of moisture in there, so there'll be absolutely no need to add any more moisture, any more water, until after these have germinated. And when they germinate, this will be the really, really exciting day, just like I get excited here about seeing things coming up. You can have a look at them and you can see them coming through. And then after that, the next time I come, I'll take them away and we'll grow them on in the greenhouse in here, because it's lighter and it will get a stronger plant like that. So I shall take them back and look after them for you, and then bring them back when they're ready to plant out. But the joy of seeing them come up will be the big thing. So there's just the right amount of moisture. You don't need to water them. Then the seeds come along in your own special little packet, labelled up especially for you. We sow those, and then we cover them. Well, we cover these with a little vermiculite, which is that funny stuff which is kind of looks well, I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. So let's get on and sow the seeds. Here we are. Take off the lid. Let's get the camera in the right place so that you can see. So we'll get the seeds out. I've got to tell you, when I opened up the big packets of geranium seeds to look at them, I was completely taken aback, because usually they're a lovely sort of golden brown colour, and these have been coated with a kind of be a fungicide to stop anything going bad with them, and so they're green, a bright green, fluorescent green. That's not the colour, the real colour of the seed, but there they are. Now, what I normally do, some of you will remember this, is I put out 2 or 3 on my hand, and then usually I invite one of you, don't I, to put them on your hand, so we sort of exchange things. If I was doing it with you now, I'd wear a gloved hand, so that gloved hands, so we're not touching. And then you just let's get that in the right place. We just brush them off on top of the compost like that. There we are. Now, geranium seeds, you get very few geranium seeds in a packet. It's just the way it is. In fact, they're so big, these seeds, you could actually, depending on how many of you are sowing seeds today, you could actually sow them one at a time, and spread them out on the compost like that. There we are. So pass them round. I've also tried putting them on a saucer, a few at a time. That's another way to do it, where we're not touching each other in these times. That works very well, actually. White saucer. Especially that works really well with the really little seeds, actually, on a saucer, and brushing them off the saucer. That's good. So you want to get them nice and evenly spread all over the tray, like this, just on the surface. There we are. I'll just finish those off, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we do with covering them. So there we are. We've got the geranium seeds sitting on the surface. They're really easy to see. When you do the little seeds, they'll be really hard to see, and you just have to, trust that they're there. Then we take some vermiculite, which is this stuff here. Looks a little bit like porridge oats or something. It's very light, and it's a good covering for the seeds. I'll bring a little packet of this along for you as well, and we just sprinkle that on top, just covering the seeds. It doesn't have to be very thick, but just covering so you can't see the seeds, like that. Just a little bit more on there. I'll bring just the right amount for you. There you are, like that, so that it looks basically like this. You see, like that. There we are. Then all we do is put the label in there. I did prepare a label, but I'll find that in a moment. Label on there. Put the lid on. Make sure the lid snaps down really firmly all the way around. Then, oh, here's the label. We found the label. Isn't that a great thing? Jolly good. One label, geranium label. That can go in there. Laid flat. Put it in laid flat so that it kind of is just along there. Then snap the lid on like this. Remember, there's the right amount of moisture in there already, so you don't need to add anything else. Get it all nicely snapped down. Put it in the tray. Put the magic lid on the top. Put it somewhere, preferably in nice bright sunshine. Well, no, actually, not necessarily bright sunshine, bright light. It doesn't have to be in bright sunshine. The sun won't do any harm. If you bright sun, that's okay. But as long as it's nice and bright and reasonably warm, just room temperature, will be fine. It doesn't need to sit on the radiator or something, but just room temperature. And there we are. We will wait then and be patient. That's the hardest bit. You know, you might be lucky and them coming through in 7 days, more likely 2 weeks. So, you know, just be patient, keep an eye on them, watch them every day, and we'll see what happens. Then next week we'll sow some more seeds, and they can go in here as well, and onwards like that. And as these begin to germinate, and you have the excitement of seeing them coming up, I can take them back, look after them for you, and bring them back when Liz has pricked them out, and it'll be wonderful. So there we are, we've made a start. We've made a start in actually sowing the seeds together, and that's just a doubly joyful thing. So I'm looking forward to getting news from you as they start to germinate. I shall hope every week to hear some great news that things have come up. In that respect, don't forget to keep a very, very close eye on your baby irises and your snowdrops outside, because I reckon it's not going to be long before they flower. So keep your eye on that. It just depends on the weather, because, you know, they forecast it getting very cold and that stuff, but, you know, don't believe it until it comes. That's what I have to say. Anyway, I'm looking forward already to sowing seeds with you next week. I'll tell you in advance what that's going to be. I think we're going to be sowing some antirrhinums, some snapdragons next time. So that's exciting. Right. Well, in the meanwhile, do take care. And I shall leave you with some pictures of glorious things from last summer that were lovely garden club things. And so, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.